Hello. So, my thing wasn't working for a second. Okay. So, I just watched last night on my Oscar binge, getting ready for this year's awards ceremony. I saw Call Me By Your Name because I thought The Darkest Hour sounded boring. Now, the three Oscar movies that I didn't see that I left last week, Phantom Thread, Darkest Hour, and Call Me By Your Name, I was most excited for this one because it looked like something that wasn't going to make me want to die. And this movie is about a little boy, a 17-year-old boy living in Italy in the 1980s, and he lives in this super fancy place. It's out in the woods, but you can tell he's really rich, and his dad's this big whatever, I don't know. They're rich enough to the point that they can hire a research assistant and have him go live with them. And they have their own pool, and they live next to the lake, and they have a lot of friends, and their house is really nice, and they have a bunch of instruments. And one day, the research assistant comes, Armie Hammer, and the cool thing about Armie Hammer is he has the shortest shorts of all time. And so that's probably why they hired him. So short they had to digitally remove his balls, which is fine. I don't care. And then what happens is Timothy Chalamet, I think I pronounced that right. He falls in love with Armie Hammer as his dad is Michael Stuhlbarg. I don't know. That doesn't mean his dad being Michael Stuhlbarg doesn't matter. Just I just know that guy's name. But yeah, so I really had a hard time feeling bad for this kid because I'm oh, okay, I get it. You're gay, and nobody knows, and that must be really tough when your parents are super accepting, come to you and are hey, you can talk to us about anything, and your dad's super sensitive and nice, and so is your mom, and you live in this super rich, swanky place, and you live an awesome life, and people seem to like you. Everyone seems to like you. So oh, and you're super talented. You play a bunch of instruments and all these symphonies, and you expect me to sit here and feel bad for you that you're oh man, I don't know where I want to put my penis when you have all this shit. Everything's great. A movie what was it? The movie Love, Simon that's coming out. That kid is gonna get ostracized by everyone at school, and he's gonna fucking his parents probably don't like it and crap, and I feel bad for him. That that's his whole story about coming out of the closet, and that I can get behind. Okay, that I can sit there and be yeah, it must be tough. But this little rich kid who's sitting there oh man, I just played volleyball, and now I'm gonna go to this outdoor party, and then this girl wants to have sex with me, but I didn't feel like it. And you're sitting here and you want me to be oh no, you poor kid, you're gay, damn it, no, I really just did not feel bad for this kid at all. And Armie Hammer, I'm watching this movie, and then there was the first scene where they started smooching, right? And then Armie Hammer's no, stop. And I was good job, Armie Hammer, you're a good guy. And then Timothy Chalamet, or whatever his name is. Okay, if you have a dumb name, then I'm gonna pronounce it a dumb way. Okay. What was it? He's no, I need you. I can't be without you. And then he gets a note back being oh, midnight, I'll meet you. And then they fuck or whatever. I don't know, whatever they do. And at the same time as he has this underground relationship with his father's research assistant, he's semi-dating this girl down the street who exclusively speaks French, or no, Italian probably, if I'm being honest. That's the thing, another part of this movie, I just did not understand half of the language, because half the time they're just speaking Italian and there's no subtitles. I don't know if there were in the actual movie. I mean, I bootlegged it, so I don't know what was going on. But yeah, and that's kind of shitty. You're pretty sure you're gay, in that you're having this romantic affair with your father's research assistant. Meanwhile, you're semi-dating this it's other girl that's perfectly nice. She's super nice, clearly super into him, and like, you know, she's hot too. Sorry, Rachel. And you're like mad, you're kind of like a dick. You know, if you feel like you're not straight and you're with someone like of the opposite gender, and while you're having an affair with some older dude, then there's a problem. Like, that's not cool. I did not like that. And another thing I just did not like about this movie is it just felt pretentious. The whole entire time they're like, oh, well, Bach didn't want it to be played that way because I'm better than you and I'm so smart and yes. And I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. Like, I hate you. I hate everyone in this movie sitting there being like, actually, the Italian root of this word comes from the Latin and Greek combination. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Shut up and I hate you. Like, it's not cool smart. It's like, I've got a foot up my ass smart. And like, I think I'm better than you smart. And they act like that too. And I hate them. I hate everyone in this movie. But you know what? I like this movie because, you know what? At least I have a feeling about the people in this movie. At least I, like, cared at some point, like, somewhat about, like, yes, I hated it, but I'd rather hate a movie than just be completely emotionless towards it. So that was nice. I talked a lot of crap. Let me talk some good things. It's very well shot. Cinematography is great. Oh, excuse me. Give me a second. Ooh. The acting is very good. I thought about it and I was like, okay, at the Oscars, they're definitely going to make this joke. Like a female host, like female like announcer or whatever, should go up there and be like, yeah, can we give it up to Timothée Chalamet for his great performance, Call Me By Your Name? And she's like, everyone claps, and then she's like, yeah, it must be hard to kiss Armie Hammer for 2 hours. Like half of the population wouldn't love to do that all the time, Timothy! Because, like, Armie Hammer's a good-looking dude. So, like, that would be so funny. But, like, you know what? Good for Timothy. You know, I wouldn't want to touch a dick. Especially not Armie Hammer's dick. Especially not the Lone Ranger's dick. I don't know why. But, like, that dick is special over other dicks. But I just don't want to touch a dick in general. So, but yeah, that was weird. I had to watch that scene, and that was really odd. He's like kissing him. He's like, Armie Hammer's like, no. And Timothée Chalamet is like, oh yeah, your dick. And like, Timothy's like, what the heck? And like, there's one point in the movie where like, literally, like, okay, so Timothy's just kind of standing there. Armie Hammer like walks up to him, and like, he like just immediately starts blowing him. Which I'm like, no, you are not hard immediately. Like, I think it was soft at first. Because Armie Hammer says, he goes like, oh, see, you're hard, or something like that. And I was like, okay, so he probably just got hard. That's probably what happened. It was just weird, because Timothée Chalamet looks like a little child. Like, he looks like someone my age, like, a little bit, like, you know, and I'm like, oh, no, Armie Hammer, stop touching this child. And, like, it's just kind of uncomfortable. But good for them. It's their whole, like, you know, romance thing, and that's you know, cool, I guess. Okay, let me talk about some... Oh, wait, no. Before I start talking about the other, more good things, let me talk about the peach fucking scene. I'm pretty sure it's a peach. This little fucking kid just starts taking his thumb into a peach and just starts digging around in there with this nasty little thumb, and then pulls out, like, this, like, seed or whatever and starts sucking on it or whatever, and then throws the seed away, and then he, like, looks at the peach and he's like... You could tell the exact moment where he's like, oh, I have an idea. And at that moment, I was like, no. Because I heard about this scene. I was like, no. And so, yeah. Okay, sorry, I had a phone call. So, yeah, so you could tell the exact moment he has the idea to start fucking the peach. And then he does. And it's gross. And it looks like it hurts or stings. And I imagine it would. And I wouldn't want to do that. And, like, we've all experimented with masturbating, Timothy. But, like, no. Stop it. I don't think I've ever used a food item to masturbate. And you shouldn't either. That's not a gay thing. That's just a what the fuck are you doing thing. Good things about this movie. There were so many, like, awesome, like, genuine, like, moments. Like, you know, with him and his dad. that was great, and like him and his girlfriend at the end, and like him and Armie Hammer on the phone, and then it's so sad because he's like, "Oh, you're getting married now," and then Armie Hammer's like, "Oh yeah, well, no, Timothy's like sits by the fire, and just stares at it like while he's like clearly trying to hold back tears." And that was great. I love that. That went through all throughout the credits. And I'm like, that's great acting. That's such a great little moment right there. And like I felt closure in that moment, and that was nice. Especially the scene with him and his dad. That was great. That made me feel things. But yeah, overall, I think 4 out of 5. But I don't think I have anything else to say about it. I went for like 10 and a half minutes on this movie though, so that's kind of good. So other than that though, I think I'm good to go. Did I think anything else about it? I don't understand the name. They said it once and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're calling each other by their names and like I get it. Oh, this is the opposite person's name? I guess that's cool. 4 to 5, better than other Oscar movies. I think I'm going to rank the Oscar movies before the Oscars. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Okay, well, Adam, you're not gay. And I hope you're still not. I mean, if you are gay, that's fine later. But like, you're not now, and you don't really plan on it. So good luck with the whole life thing. And never fuck a peach, please. Thank you. Bye.